All right, let's jump right into this explainer and take a look under the hood at the massive evolution of the PHPTRAVELs v10 booking platform. Orchestrating seamless travel bookings is, well, it's no small feat, right? And today we're dissecting the huge technical leap from version 2.0 all the way up to version 3.6.
So to really grasp the sheer scale of his platform, we've got to start with the number 21. That is the total number of distinct API providers seamlessly integrated across its travel services. Just think for a second about the immense volume of data streams routing through a single unified engine to actually make that happen. It's huge.
Here's our roadmap for today's diagnostic. We'll look at the PHPTRAVELs platform evolution, major travel module overhauls, booking and payment fixes, webhooks and customer support, and wrap up with a critical security action required. Starting off with Section 1, the PHPTRAVELs platform evolution, scaling a high-performance travel engine. The source material really highlights the sheer scale of this ecosystem. It bridges 21 wildly complex APIs across 4 major pillars. You've got 10 different flight providers, including heavyweights like Amadeus and Sabre. You have 6 hotel providers like Travelport and Agoda, 3 tour providers, including Viator, and 2 car providers. Honestly, managing the unique data structures, the authentication methods, and response times of just one of these is a headache. Managing 21 in total harmony, that is an absolute masterclass in routing architecture.
Moving to Section 2, major travel module overhauls, polishing the UI and front-end parts.
Now, the recent version 3.6 update completely transformed the user experience, especially in the cars module. They deployed a massive Alpine.js rewrite. And this isn't just a fresh coat of paint. It fundamentally streamlines how searches, routing, and booking data collection actually happen. They introduced new service-type dropdowns to distinguish between rentals and transfers, added this really intelligent location autocomplete, and implemented a brand new featured cars booking modal that completely replaces the old direct links. It just makes data collection infinitely smoother for the end user before they ever even hit the checkout page.
And if you want to see their obsession with speed in action, just look at the page loader. The old version took 91 lines of code and required 250 milliseconds to fade. By optimizing that logic, the new loader achieves a massive 71% code reduction and brings the transition time down to just 120 milliseconds. It's over twice as fast and so much lighter on the browser's DOM.
Another huge front-end win was made to keep the Duffel flight integration future-proof. Instead of using hard-coded birth years in their forms, which, require constant, tedious annual maintenance, they completely ditched them in favor of a dynamic age calculation system. So now, the system automatically adjusts the year ranges for adults, children, and infants based on the current calendar year. This guarantees compliance with strict airline age policies forever, with 0 manual updates.
Let's dive into Section 3, booking and payment fixes, heroic resolutions to critical engine failures. It's honestly wild to think about, but sometimes the absolute smallest typo triggers the most spectacular crash. Take the plural bug. The database column for promotional codes was named promo codes with an S at the end. But an insert statement very deep in the code used the singular promo code. The result? A 100% failure rate on stays, flights, and tours bookings. Literally, a single missing letter, S, broke every single submission until this update heroically patched it.
But it gets crazier. Even more severe was a bug discovered in the cart trailer file. Bare PHP code was left totally unwrapped, outside of a proper route handler. Because the system includes all module files on every single API request, this stray code executed immediately on inclusion, looked for an invoice ID that wasn't there, and threw an error, which inadvertently killed every single API request across all modules. Thankfully, it's now safely wrapped in a proper post-route handler, which completely stops the bleeding.
Let's walk through the newly fixed payment gateway auto issue system. For a while, customer payments were succeeding, but the system just wasn't automatically generating the passenger name record, or PNR. That meant someone had to go in and manually fix it, which is super annoying. Now, the flow finally ensures that a successful payment seamlessly triggers the auto issue, generates the PNR using the exact strict casing required by the API, and automatically confirms the booking without human touch.
They also patched up a massive headache on the financial side. Imagine agents looking at their dashboards and seeing exactly $0 in commission. Not great. This was actually due to a currency mismatch between the base price and the price per night in the calculation engine. The fix here is that the backend now strictly enforces that the original price and the base price absolutely must be in the exact same currency before the global markup is ever applied.
On to Section 4, Webhooks and Customer Support, expanding the platform's capabilities.
Back in version 3.4, they rolled out this massive, fully integrated customer support ticket system built with Alpine.js and robust role-based access. It features a comprehensive ticket list with status filtering, rich text details using CK Editor, Lightbox for your image attachments, and over 25 new translation keys. It's essentially a complete, self-contained help desk built right into the core platform.
And to let developers wire this engine up to external CRMs, marketing platforms, and analytics tools, they brought in a really expansive webhook system. There are 43 total events available now, split neatly between 22 specifically for stays and 21 distinct user events.
This setup gives you complete lifecycle tracking, specifically in the stays module. You get 3 webhooks for the search stage, 7 for booking, 4 for invoicing, and 8 for payment. You can literally watch a user go from initiating a search all the way to downloading a PDF invoice. It lets platform owners track the exact conversion funnel and capture abandoned bookings in real time. It's a real game changer. Finally, Section 5, Critical Security Action Required, addressing the flashing check engine light. With all these heavy APIs, interconnected modules, and massive data flows, we've got to stop and ask a very serious question. Is this platform completely ready for the wild? Like, is it fully secure for your production environment right out of the box? The good news? The system earns a really solid 85 out of 100 health score. It has excellent database optimization and solid CSRF protection. But there is a flashing red check engine light, the complete lack of API rate limiting. Without it, the system is highly vulnerable to brute force attacks on login endpoints, unchecked API abuse, and rapid resource exhaustion.
Because of that gap, your immediate homework is to implement this rate-limiting checklist. To lock down your endpoints against malicious traffic, you need to install Redis or Memcached for distributed rate counting, integrate rate-limiting middleware right into the router system, configure IP detection with proper proxy support, and set strict user-based limits for authenticated requests.
Which brings us to our final thought. With the front end beautifully polished, the bugs completely squashed, and the core engine running faster and more reliably than ever before, how fast will you act to put those final security safeguards in place? The platform gives you an incredible foundation to succeed. Now it's entirely up to you to secure it for the long haul.